This was the camper we stayed in last night when we arrived at 2 a.m. This morning, Vic drove us into downtown Yellowknife, and he would take us to the airport to take a look at the different aircraft they had available over there. Myron used to live off and on in Yellowknife between 1955 and 1966.
Downtown starts at the lights here.
So you have all these fancy big buildings. The biggest building when I first came was that little building right there. There's an old Bristol freighter up in the rock that actually belonged to Air Canada one time, or Transcanada Airlines.
Belonged to Lam Air one time.
Transcanada too.
Yeah, Lam Air had a TFX, and they had two of them.
Yeah, that was good.
It was the first wheeled aircraft to land in the North Pole.
Don Brown.
Yeah.
Vic was taking us to the airport. At the airport, several people offered Myron a car to use while he was in town.
Heavy security.
Oh yeah. They're gonna change this road here. Give Paul a road across here somewhere and have a gate to enter this diamond.
Oh, really?
Facilities, yeah.
So I figured
This is Summit Air's new tent.
Summit Air. Oh, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Jamie Tate. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the Lear, the fuel airplanes we're gonna head out.
Well, and then Willie's here, is he?
No, it'll be Rennie.
Oh, Joe. Winnie and who? Joe?
Joe, yeah. There's two Joes, Little Joe and Big Joe in front of
We got to see the Super King Air 200.
God, I couldn't fit in there.
there. Let's get fueled up. We should go over to
I couldn't fit in there at all.
see if Rennie's around.
It's a nice machine, eh?
It's a medevac. Vic knew the right people, and we got a nice tour. Super King Air. It's a medevac. Pretty nice airplane. We saw Angela, who was fueling a Learjet at the airport. Richard had come up to visit her. He was from the UK, but didn't like it there. Here we are in Yellowknife Airport, and I'm gonna look for a job here. Hopefully I'll get one.
Well, they run bigger airplanes, eh?
This was a citation. Jeff and I got a photo inside. This was inside the maintenance hangar. Here we had a caravan without the baggage compartment. We took a look at the different airplanes on the field. Vic gave us access to a Suburban at the airport. It looked like a 1980s version or earlier. This aircraft looks like a Skyvan. I really felt privileged being authorized personnel today. After the airport, we went to have lunch at the Wildcat Cafe. This was special because this is where Myron Olson had once been at. In fact, there was still a picture hanging on the wall with him in it. Airplanes have allowed people to live longer in the north because of the medevac system and being able to take them to the hospital. There it was, the Wildcat Cafe, and this was taken in 1955 when Myron was 18 years old. One of Myron's friends named Hoagie joined us for lunch at the cafe.
Everything else is self-serve around here. Have you eaten here before?
Yeah, it's always.
No, we know that. It's the northern way.
The northern way.
That's right.
Everything up here is northern.
That's right. Ben here done that.
Seeing I'm not gonna eat, I'll have another one of these.
Ben here done that.
You still are?
Well, it's good to see you, Huggy.
During our free time, we hung out and talked with the old-timers. They had many stories to share with us.
And I had a 59 plate. I had it for 17 years, but it never had long range things. And geez, I've come back from Cambridge Bay.
Every day before going flying, you had to pump out your water from the floats. Today it was my turn, so I decided to do it. I got the pump and started pumping. The front compartment didn't have much water, but I would later find much more water in the middle compartments. Earlier, Hoagie at the Wildcat Cafe had mentioned that we should go up to Thelon Lake, which was really nice for camping. Of course, you really need to be prepared for all the flies and mosquitoes that you would encounter. Each float comprised of internal bulkheads dividing watertight compartments. You had to open up the bilge pump opening to pump out the water to ensure that the float wasn't drenched with water, thus causing a lot of extra weight. And there it was. Don't forget to put it back at the stopper. Myron dropped Jeff and I off at the Aviation Museum for 2 hours while he went around town. I was surprised it was a free museum. We saw a history of the exploration of the Canadian North. It was quite fascinating. It seemed that airplanes were part of their history. Check out the world's oldest rock at 3.96 billion years old, called gneiss.
Give us a commentary.
Yep, so now we're driving down in downtown Yellowknife in Northwest Territories. We got this Suburban, 1980 Suburban, and we're just driving back to the float plane base for the float plane flying. It's not going to get dark at all today. It's going to be light for 24 hours. The sun's going to be just down below the horizon for like 4 hours, that's it. Pretty nice. So we'll get some videotape of that midnight sun. Here we stopped by the Midnight Sun BBQ that lasted from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It was 9 p.m. here, but it sure didn't look like it. What time do you think it is here? Well, we got back to our RV where we were sleeping at, and I took a look at my watch, and lo and behold, it was 11:24 p.m., nearly midnight. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for day 3.